In this video, we're gonna present the Fibonacci spiral, a pair of numerology, mathematic vortex, platonic solids, geometry and physics. I will present some illustration to explain how the numbers 432 and 528 take root from the Fibonacci sequence, especially its digit, a numerical system of numbers between 1 and 9. So knowing that these numbers take root from the Fibonacci spiral appearing in nature, we are intuitively led to use these numbers as sound frequency to heal our DNA or energetic field, interacting with those specific frequencies. In contact of these frequencies, I believe our energetic body, light body, physical body enters into resonance with the highest potential of energy available in the divine self and around us in our environment, especially the vacuum. Some illustration, and I will mention now, come from the book The Etheric Particle 2016, Unifying Matter and Spirit, a book I wrote the last year in 2016 during 9 months. Why the frequencies 432 and 528 Hz can harmonize our body and environment. How do they relate to our DNA, body and environment? So now we're gonna talk about the Fibonacci spiral. It's a spiral observed in nature, at the core of the creation, at the center of a galaxy, at the center of a flower, at the center of a snail shell. You can observe the divine blueprint, the spiral, which is built from certain numbers. You start with a number 1 on the first step. On the second step, you repeat the seconds with the number 1. You add up these two numbers and it leads to the third step, which is the number 2. You add up the next number by the previous number to get the further step. So, for example, if I take the step 12, well, the step 12 is 144 and it's 89, which is the 11th step, plus 55, which is the 10th step. Okay, if I want to get the number 13, I add up 5 plus 8, okay, which is the 5th and the 6th step of the Fibonacci spiral. DNA consists of 2 spirals and molecules. Between 2 spirals' lengths there are 34 angstroms and its width is 21 angstroms. 21 and 34 are in Fibonacci series. So the DNA, the structure of the DNA is built on the golden ratio. DNA in a cell appears as a double-stranded helix referred to as bDNA. This form of DNA has 2 grooves in its spirals, with a ratio of phi, the golden ratio, in the proportion of the major groove to the minor groove, or roughly 21 angstroms to 13 angstroms. Let's study the pentagram and its sides. As you can see, there are 4 sides of different colors: red, green, purple and blue. The golden ratio phi, 1.618, is the red side divided by the green side, the green divided by the blue, and finally the blue divided by the purple. The angle of the pentagrams are 36, 72 and 108. The operation of the trigonometric function cosine and sine on them result in numbers proportional to the golden ratio phi or phi. Phi, pronounced phi, equals to 1.618. Phi is the inverse ratio of phi and equals to 0.618. Cosinus 72 degrees equals to phi divided by 2, 0.309, and cos 108 is the negative value of 0.309. Cos 36 degrees is phi divided by 2 and equals approximately 0.809. The angles of the pentagram have digits adding up to 9. For example, for 108, 1 plus 0 plus 8 equals to 9. So it's interesting to see the number 9 has an important place in the geometry structure of the pentagram. The pentagram has also a great presence in nature, like the star fruit, the starfish, and the cross sections of an apple inside, in the center, a flower. Comes now a graph showing the plot of the trigonometric functions, cosine and sine. The values in degrees are in the axis, horizontal line, and the amplitude is in the ordinate axis, vertical line. There are 4 equations when considering the values of both plus and minus. The value 0.809 lambda in turquoise and the value 0.309 epsilon in purple. So these two values are related to the golden ratio phi and phi. Harmonic digit root 9 numbers are at the intersection points between the equations y, cosine and sine. Point P shown in the graph has coordinate x 432 and y cos 432 equals to 0.309 epsilon. A list of some harmonic numbers relating to the divine proportion is displayed. All of these numbers add up to 9. If we consider these angles as a carrier of information about space and then geometry, why not about sound frequency and then time? So that we build a relationship between geometry and frequency and then space and time. And then to sum up, we can display a table with the frequencies or angle in degrees, the operation of cosine and sine, and the not related to the harmonic number, the ratio, and the last column is the geometric shape corresponding to this number. What does this graph show to us? It shows a clear relationship between the number of root 9, including 432, and the divine proportion observed in nature through geometric structures to form any objects on any scale, from the tiny particle, atom, and DNA to larger scale galaxies and outer space. The reality can be described by 5 elements: air, earth, fire, water, and ether, respectively associated to the 5 platonic solids, the octahedron, 2 pyramids sharing the same base, the cube, the tetrahedron, the icosahedron, and the dodecahedron. Let's come back to the Fibonacci spiral. At the 12th step of the Fibonacci sequence, we get the number 144, having its digit adding up to 9. Interestingly, if we multiply 144 by factors multiple of 5, emerge the sum of the internal angles of the platonic solids. As we can see on the table, 144 times 5 equals to 720, which is the sum of the internal angle of a tetrahedron. And 144 times 10 in 1440 is for the octahedron. 144 times 15 is 2160, is the cube. 144 times 25 is 3600, it's the icosahedron. And finally, 144 times 45 is 6480, it's the dodecahedron. The sum of the angles of the 5 platonic solids is 14,400. Again, the number 144 appears. So the reality is centered around the number 5, and the 5 elements associated to each platonic solid emerge from the Fibonacci spiral. 432 is obviously based on this divine numerical system of root 9. If we square the number 432, we get the speed of light in miles per second, 186,624. This represents the distance traveled by the light in 1 second. Let's go back to the Fibonacci sequence. In this table is presented the step, the Fibonacci numbers, and the last row is the digits. When added together, it results a digit for each number. For example, for the step 10, the number is 34, and if I add up 3 and 4 together, it's 7. Interestingly, this sequence of 24 digits repeats infinitely in the Fibonacci series. It means if I go further than the 24th step, then the Fibonacci sequence has a cycle of 24 digits repeated. So in the first step has number 0, okay, and the digit is 0. So then continuously we have a cycle of 24 digits repeating infinitely. The next second series of 24 digits will start with 9, not 0, but 9. So it shows at some point 0 and 9 are working together and are not so different from each other in this numerical system. If we arrange the cycle of 24 digits around a circle, appears a fundamental geometric shape, which is called the Star of David, or the 6-pointed star, pointing toward the number 3, 6, and 9. Now we are speaking about numbers in a field called mathematic vortex. I would like to draw people's attention to the language of numbers through the wheel of 24 digits. It has been discovered by seekers throughout the ages, including the researcher Jane 108. Indeed, if we add up all the 24 digits together, starting with 0 for the first step of the Fibonacci series, the result is remarkably 108. A double octave of 108 is 432. Then this number, 432, is intimately connected with the Star of David, emerging from the Fibonacci spiral and its digits. Secondly, we can form the number 111 by considering the 3 consecutive digits on both sides of the number 0. Similarly, by symmetry, the number 888 is formed around the number 9 for the triangle downward. If we look at the number 108 and its digits, 1 represents the masculine principle, the sparkle of light, 0 represents the void, vacuum, receptacle of the sparkle of light, the feminine principle. 8 represents the dance of life between 1 and 0, the yin and yang energy. Other numbers can be formed if you read clockwise or anti-clockwise the wheel of 24 digits. So we start from 111 around the number 0, and then we keep going clockwise. We form the number 258 around the number 3, then the number 471 again around the number 3, 888 around the number 9, 741 around the number 6, and finally the number 528 again around the number 6. Anti-clockwise, we form the number 825 around number 6, 147 around the number 6, 174 around the number 3, 852. It's possible to form other numbers for the same digits. For example, if we looked at the number 258 around the number 3, it can also be written as 285 with a permutation between 8 and 5. As you can see, there is a certain degree of freedom for the 3 digits to form the numbers. Then we can read the number from any angle and direction. It's also a way to express the degree of freedom for the energy to flow around the Star of David. If we apply the same method to the other numbers, we have a total of 18 numbers. 6 numbers formed by the 3 possible permutations of the 3 digits 1, 4 and 7 gives 147, 174, 417, 471, 714 and finally 741. For the digits 2, 5 and 8, we have 258, 285, 528, 582, 825 and finally 852. We apply the same method to the number 369, which are represented by the triangle. Okay, 369, 396, 639, 693, 936 and finally 963. In the group of numbers formed by the digits 1, 4 and 7, if we add up all the digits together for each number, it gives 3, as 1 plus 4 plus 7 equals 12, and 12, 1 plus 2 equals 3. For the numbers formed by the digits 2, 5 and 8, we have 2 plus 5 plus 8 equals 15, and leading to the number 6. Finally, for the numbers formed by the digits 3, 6 and 9, if we add up all the digits together for each of these numbers, we have 9. The pattern 3, 6 and 9 is highlighted again through the 18 numbers. These 18 numbers can be interpreted as sound frequencies in hertz, which enhance, strengthens, and harmonize our energetic field. The Star of David is the geometric representation of the energetic field of all things in the universe, from the tiny particle to the larger scale galaxies, sun, stars, everything. It has a consciousness. So interestingly, if we line up all these 18 numbers in one line, okay, so we have 147, 174, 258, 285, 369, 396, 417, 471, 528, 582, 639, 693, 714, 741, 825, 852, 936, and 963. Look at the central number between these 18 numbers. The central number is 528. Note the visible light spectrum and color wavelengths. Look for 528 and notice where you land, in the region of the green ray, esoterically speaking. The higher harmonic of the green ray, frequency, is absorbed and metabolized by the heart chakra vortex. It's no coincidence that the wavelength of visible light at 528 nanometers is also green. Coming back to the diagram with the Star of David, each hexagonal face has a digit between 1 and 9. So we have 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7. How did we get those digits? If we look at one side, for example 112, if we add up all the digits together of that number, 1 plus 1 plus 2, that equals to 4. In my book, The Etheric Particle, 216, I'm explaining a bit more about the sequence 142857 in a page about the mathematic vortex. I'm gonna read it now. The number 9 is a powerful number operating in a divine creation through which the numeric blueprint 142,857 represent the infinite energy flow coming from the primordial ocean. A geometric pattern of this flow can be seen through the nonagon, a 9-sided gon, and is called the enneagram. It begins with 1 and follows the numerical sequence 142857. The numbers 3, 6, and 9 operate in the unmanifested world, whereas the number 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, and 7 operate in the manifested world. The energetic flow traces the gateway from where the zero energy point can be located above the base of the triangle 369. The cosmic code 142857 is the blueprint of the ether related to the number 7, operating in a divine system based on the number 9. The numbers 3, 6, and 9 work together to conduct the energetic flow from the zero energy point within the toroidal energetic field surrounding every conscious cell in the universe. There is an infinite cycle of energy flow happening simultaneously, energy in and out, self-sustaining to allow a perfect equilibrium between yin and yang. The balance of yin and yang energy creates a third field representing the quality and union of these two. 1 plus 1 equals to 3 in this reality. Nikola Tesla mentioned the importance of the number 3, 6, and 9. This is his quote: "If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you will have the key to the universe." To conclude this video, the number 432 and 528, which could be interpreted as sound frequency in hertz, come from the numerical system built from the digits of the Fibonacci spiral, a divine blueprint in the universe in any scale. To get new possibilities to heal our body, DNA on a cellular level, for the well-being of people and environment. Those frequencies are generating vortex healing energy, which harmonize or transmute any negative electromagnetic radiation from all kinds of electronic devices. For example, a phone. These frequencies are the harmonizer of the etheric and physical field. So the great idea will be to implement those frequencies on those devices. Thank you for listening, and please feel free to contact me if you have any question or feedback to my email salah@gmail.com or through my website universalzeropoint.com.